Okay, guys, we are continuing with these churches. We are not really, guys, trying to expose churches. Neither are we trying to expose pastors. I've been saying that because I don't want you to be offended. My messages are not to offend people, but these shows, both of them, they are there to help you get the truth. What you do about it, it is okay, because it is not fair when a wrong thing is preached and you love a person thinking that this person wants you to do this and is okay with you doing that, only to find that you were deceived. You understand? You thinking that God is giving you blessings of the earth, is giving you riches, and you love this person, but at the end of the day, it's not God, it's not Jesus, it is Satan. You understand? So I want you to get the real truth of who this guy is, so that when you love him, you will love him for who he is, because people are not really loving Jesus because what they know about Jesus is not it. People think that they can just go on, do their own things and disobey him, and Jesus is fine with that, and they love Jesus because of that. That is not right, because that is not Jesus. Jesus has rules. There are things he doesn't condone in his kingdom. You understand? So you need to know those truths, so that when you choose to continue with him, you know what you are dealing with and you know what you are choosing. You see, with me, guys, remember when I started going to church, when I got saved, even though I had proof of certain of some sort, you know, about the authenticity of the Bible, I didn't know what was written in it. So when I got there and I found pastors preaching that God is going to bless you, will bless you with this, will bless, to me it was like, wow, I found this magic uh, box that I can just open, and I'll become a success story, and I'll become a blessed story. And I started loving God because of that. You understand? I'm like, wow, this dude is great. He's going to give me the best. You understand? Because what pastors were preaching is in line with my flesh, and I was happy to get that. It's like, guys, when you're on drugs and someone keeps giving you drugs, you love that person because they're giving you exactly what you want, until you get the truth. You understand? Until you get the truth and you're like, wait a minute, this person is not in line with what I'm doing. Then you start sitting and deciding whether you want to go on with this person, but at least now you know the truth. You understand? So, guys, it's the same thing. That's what I'm trying to do here, because I've realized that people are trying to get as many followers as possible and lying about Jesus, yet carrying this Bible. You understand? Does that help you? No, that doesn't help you, because at the end of the day, you are loving a wrong guy, the guy who's blaspheming, the guy who wants you to love him, yet the guy who's taking you straight to hell when you leave this place. You understand? So it is imperative that you get the truth, so that you will decide that if you love Jesus, you will love him for who he is. You see, guys, I love that dude. Sometimes I fight with him because of test and everything, but at the end of the day, I love him. I understand that he doesn't want me to be a blessed story here on earth. He doesn't want me to be this success story here on earth, because he wants me to concentrate on the kingdom of heaven. You understand? And he wants me to do things that after I've left this place, I'll be all right. And I understand that he only cares about my soul, because he says, what can a man give in exchange for his soul? You understand? And you realize that, damn, let me concentrate on the kingdom. Is that nice? No. At first, you think about it and like, damn, damn, but at the end of the day, you know the truth, and then you are deciding. Guys, if pastors were like that, I'm telling you, churches will be empty, or it will be filled with few people who really mean what they say. You understand? And people who really are genuine. As it is, we've got people who are genuine in lies. You understand? People who are loving a wrong guy, thinking that it is Jesus, but is this guy blaspheming? Guys, I'm sorry, I didn't want to be long. In fact, in this one, I was looking at it and I was thinking, and I was like, should I publish this church, or should I just stop, and let things be? But I said, and I'm like, this is one of the popular churches in the world, and it's imperative that we also speak about it, because we are not exposing pastors, we're not exposing churches, but we just want to show how Satan blasphemes. Okay, then let us quote so that you can move forward. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You shut the door of the kingdom of heaven in people's faces. You yourselves do not enter, nor will you let those enter who are trying to. Verse 15 says, Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrite! You travel over land and sea to win a single convert, and when you have succeeded, you make them twice as much a child of hell as you are. Guys, so we've been understanding what that means. I'm not going to be interpreting as well. In fact, guys, I wasn't going to include this church, but I decided to. I just decided to. So this one was supposed to be number 5, but number 5 is coming next. So I decided to put this one. I said, it's imperative because we are not offending churches. So if you go to this church, don't switch off, listen, and then decide. It's important that you get the truth and then decide. You understand? Because we're not offending you, we're not offending your pastors, we're not offending your church, but we're just trying to show how Satan blasphemes in churches. So this one, maybe it might be 2 episodes, because I don't usually go beyond 15 minutes because of the people who listen in YouTube. So I don't usually go beyond 15 minutes. So if it happens that I go beyond 15 minutes, I'll make 2. You understand? It doesn't matter. Nevertheless, I'll try my best not to. Now, guys, before we even get to this church, guys, this one is nonsense in the making. Guys, this one, guys, is nonsense in the making. Guys, Satan has ruined all churches. But this one, guys, nonsense in the making. Believe me when I tell you. If you read, I think from chapter 21 of Matthew, Gospel of Matthew, guys, I read the Gospels a lot. I can recite them back to you. I know them by heart. I'm telling you, because it's my Lord speaking there. Even though the disciples, they actually speak the things that my Lord says. Because they are very much in line with what my Lord says. I love them because they are very much in line with what my Lord says. In fact, that the disciples, the epistles, the James, the John, the Peter, the Paul, are my pastors. When you wake up in the morning and you listen to those pastors adding their own things and deleting and what, I listen to these dudes, and to me it's like them. I'm listening to people who are speaking exactly what Jesus preached. You understand? Nevertheless, so if you go to the Gospel of Matthew 21, you start the hypocrites of his time, they were, starting, guys, they liked to poke Jesus. Nevertheless, they were asking him certain questions. So this one, the Sadducees was a particular group as well. So they came to Jesus and they had a different belief. So they came to him and said, Moses told us that if a man had a wife and passes on, the brother of the husband will take over the wife. So their question was, what will happen if a man had a wife and he passed on, the wife remained behind, and the second brother took over the wife and also passed on, and the third brother took over the wife, and then he also passed on. After resurrection, what will happen to the wife, and whose husband will she be? And guys, that is a legitimate question. I love that question, and the thing I love most about that question was Jesus's answer. He says, at the renewal of all things, after resurrection, no one will be giving in marriage or marrying. Why, guys? It's simple, guys. You need to understand that Jesus, when he came here on earth, that guy did not, we've been speaking about that, he didn't go to school. So he wasn't interested in our careers. And we understand it's because we took from the tree of good and evil. And by doing so, we were taking from the kingdom of darkness. So Jesus came with the knowledge of the tree of life, which is the knowledge of the kingdom of heaven. So when he came here, because he came as a God, he's already a God. He came here to get his wife. The wife is the church. The wife is the sheep of Jesus. The sheep, guys, is the wife of Jesus. So when he came here, he came to get his wife. So he was telling the Sadducees that at the renewal of all things, meaning after resurrection, nobody will be marrying. You can't go there and say, I'm going to my husband. You're not going to do that. If the person was spiritually alive and obeying Jesus, the person will be sleeping under the altar, and if not, the person will be waiting in Hades. But that person is Jesus's wife, because that person is the church. If the person is sleeping under the altar, that person is the sheep. Therefore, Jesus's wife. That's why when we get there will be this wedding banquet. You understand? So you need to understand that Jesus is the husband. So when you die physically, no one is going to their husband or going to their wives. You understand? That is Jesus's beliefs. And he was telling the Sadducees, he said to them, you do not understand the scriptures, or you do not know the power of God. Because when you live here, you're not going to any of your husband or any of your wives. No. But when you live here, you're going to sleep under the altar, and at the renewal of all things, the church or the sheep is the wife of Jesus. So there's no marrying or remarrying. You understand? So I wanted to make that clear. And because this church, which I said, this one, guys, is nonsense in the making. You know, guys, when Satan was really, really ruining, guys, Satan has ruined every church. But here, I'm telling you, these people, guys, they believe in eternal marriage. In other words, that when you live here, you're going to your spouse. I mean, guys, that is contrary to Jesus's belief. That's number one. While I do not mind them having their own belief, you know, like the Sadducees, meaning that it's okay that after you marry and you die, you'll go to your husband. I don't mind them having that belief. The problem I have is that that belief is not in line with the Bible, the book of the kingdom of heaven, the Bible that they also carry. You understand? In other words, they are having beliefs that are contrary to what they are carrying. Why carry that Bible? And the worst part is that they even added their own books, which is called the Book of Mammon. It's added, you understand, to the Bible. I mean, hello. Why? It's because they believed that after Jesus, there were more prophets who came to bring more preachings. I mean, hello. That guy in the book of Revelations 22 says, John, do not edit, do not omit. Seal this book. So now how can you come and tell me that there is another book called a Book of Mammon? From who? Which God? You're joking, right? You're joking. Guys, there are many gods. Guys, there are many gods. There are many gods. You know, I was speaking about Jehovah's Witness, them worshipping Jah, you know, and I was saying maybe it's this Jah, this god of weed, you know, this god of Dacha and stuff. I don't know if these ones are also doing that, because this is rubbish in the making, nonsense in the making. I mean, you are telling me that you are believing this Bible, at the same time you are adding to it, and what you are adding is contrary to what is written to this one. No, guys. You know, guys, when people are crazy, it's really, really crazy. You know, guys, this one, guys, I'm furious. I'm telling you. Right now, my mood is changing with just this one. I have not told you many things, guys. In fact, I don't speak about many things about churches, because I'm not into, you know, looking down or exposing churches, but I'm just exposing Satan. But this one, guys, is nonsense in the making. I mean, hello. And they also added this book called what? Pearl of Great Price. What the heck is that? Hello. Guys, they're telling you about prophets, more prophets. Guys, let me stop here and finish in the next, because I realized that Satan really was dealing with this church. Let me stop here and continue. Thank you.